Hello, I am IceBeast and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. We have won our war down here in the south, which is fantastic. We do have property to give away, which I'll do in a second. We also got a claim up here, which I want to press. We, of course, have raiders because that's part of the game. It's just they're always around. But in general, we're doing really well. Before I go on, I do want to mention one brief thing. So this is going to be both specific and general at the same time. So one viewer, Corvus13, has left several useful comments, and you have some sort of Google Plus setting in such a mode that I can't reply to your comments in any sort of general mode. That's fine if that's what you'd like, but it's not that I hate you or that I'm not replying to your or haven't read your comments. It's just I can't reply to them. So I'm replying to them now verbally in this video. And the reason why I said this was general is because you're not the only one that has this setting. There are a couple other people who have commented that I can't reply to. So everyone, if you're wondering, I didn't reply to your comment. This is probably the reason why, although on a rare occasion, I don't always reply, especially if it's like, hey, great video. You know, a lot of times I'll say thanks, but sometimes I might not reply to that because I miss it for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't exactly remember what the exact setting is. I've looked up videos on why you can't reply to certain comments, and this is the reason. There's some Google Plus setting. Anyway, let's get in on this. We need to get rid of some land. I think all the land we got is tribal, so we just need to find some characters and get rid of some land. So men. No, my religion, my culture, congratulations. Yeah, we're actually going to give now our brother some land, but it's tribal land, so it's going to be a long time before you can do anything with it. That is not tribal land. I want to give you, god damn it, the game annoyed me, Luna. So you'll get Luna. That will finally get rid of you off my back, and then I'm going to give you 2 sons. And we're going to look to see if there's any really good martial dudes. There's this guy. I'll give him some land, even though he's ambitious, which could come bite us in the buttocks later. He's really good. He's also a Lightfoot leader, so I think there's some advantage there. And then we'll get good old Jacob here. Jacob. We're going to get Jacob, and we'll give him... no, definitely not giving him Mexicali. We still have to give up Yuma. Yeah, we'll give up Yuma. And then I guess the last one's Hidalgo. Yeah. So let's give up other Jacob. We'll give other Jacob Hidalgo. Cool. So that gets rid of our excess holdings. We can also lower our forces. I'm going to re-raise the forces here. And then use them to go fight these guys. Cool. You can come home. That was unexpected. Yes, there's a defensive pact forming against me. That's not a surprise because I am threatening. I have a 16% threat. So we'll have to wait for this to decay a little bit as we also fabricate some claims. So these guys fled. So we can lower this now. Whom are you? You are the Horse Lord of Saskatchewan, and you want to marry my daughter to whom? Who's this person? I don't know who this person is, so I'm going to decline because I can't see their face. That's fine. I may need to turn on... I may need to get Sunset Invasion. It's the only DLC I don't have. It's probably super cheap now. The only reason I don't have it is because there was no mechanic in that game that I really wanted to play with, and I think the sort of premise is kind of dumb. Now you're like, but IceBeast, you're playing a mod that is like even dumber, and that's true, but when I'm playing the main game, most of the time I'm doing it because I want to have, you know, a semi-historical game. I realize that history goes out the window pretty quick in those games, but that's fine. This is a complete fantasy from start to finish. The only thing that is not a fantasy here is the fact that, you know, the globe mostly looks like it would. Today, although you could make some serious debates over rising sea levels and stuff like that. Like I said in a previous video, the Salton Sea right here is probably going to vanish in not that long. Some of these rivers and lakes might be bigger than they are now. This is, I guess, supposed to be Tahoe here. Yeah, so... Oh, the Beast of Mexicali. Fun. There's also... They will all, I mean, there's also going to be, you know, all sorts of crazy stuff to happen to the landscape in the next 700 years. So, okay, so we know this is a man. When he emerges, your men stay their arms. He is huge and strong with deformities. So I can lose 10 gold, or I can lose 10 karma. Yeah, let's use 10 gold, and we'll just bring him into court. Speaking of coming into court, which actually I have no idea what I do, but can I go on a hunt? I would really like to go. Oh, I still have a health trait, don't I? Yeah, I still have a health trait. Oh, I no longer have a health trait. That was like beautiful timing. I could not have done that any better. All right, I didn't even read what it said. We have a rebellion that has just, wow, that's a lot of dudes. It's like a really big rebellion. It's so big I'm actually gonna have to raise up the bulk of my forces to take care of it. Yeah, that's like a real rebellion. I'm not gonna use these 667 dudes. If I had full, like if all my things had maxed out, I'd have plenty of personal dudes, but we're still waiting for these to lose their new admin modifier. We're still about 7 years off on that. So it's gonna take a long time for these levies to build. I could put my marshal here to try to accelerate the levy regeneration process, but I think I have enough dudes that at the current moment, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Now, the nice thing is that this is a very heavy light infantry and archer army. Now, the light infantry part is a problem. I mean, the archer part is a problem. The light infantry part is not necessarily a huge issue. They do actually have a surprising amount of heavy cavalry, though. I mean, we're looking at 336 heavy cavalry. That is a decent amount of heavy cavalry. By contrast, well, we won't find out until these armies actually merge, because I'm not going around to add all this crap up to figure out what we got. But... almost there. You're all almost there. Does that say 7,000? No, it said 6,000. We will end up with around 7,000 men, though, which is a pretty sizable force. They're up here. What is the terrain up here? It's desert. That's fantastic. I actually do believe that I myself might have desert specialization. No, I don't. So we're not going to lead any troops. We're going to have Bryn, Montgomery... do I have, am I missing some minor titles? No, but let's get rid of this guy and we'll put this guy on instead. That's cool. And then we can put him here. So light troops leader, you have desert combat bonus. Oh, you have a leading the center bonus. We should put Montgomery there and Bryn here. Yeah, cool. This should work out. Right now we're looking at 7,900 men with a ton of heavy infantry, but zero light or heavy cavalry at all. How many archers do we have? 1149, and they have 2,000. Yeah, so that's a problem. We do have a huge heavy infantry advantage. And we have a light cavalry advantage, do we? No, we do not have a light cavalry advantage. We do have a light infantry advantage as well. They're not very big. But they do have an archer advantage and a heavy cavalry advantage. We do have a pikeman advantage, and pikemen do counter heavy cavalry, which is nice. They do counter light cavalry as well. They counter all cavalry. Oh, look at this. As soon as I go away, these guys show up. Surprise, surprise. Well, not much I can do about it. I have to go crush these guys. They have already lost... almost 700 dudes, though, through siege attrition and all that good stuff. So we'll see how this goes. I expected this to be a crappier army, and it's actually a surprisingly really good army. This being desert compared to mountain is huge, though. That gives them no major advantage. So we're winning on the flank in the... yeah, so we've crushed them. Excellent. Nice, easy war. Nice, easy victory. Everybody can go home, no problems. Offer peace, enforce demands. Execute this bastard. Always execute them. That's my motto. If you are going to rebel, you are going to get executed. I have become old. My son is greedy and otherwise mostly mediocre. but... Princess of Deseret? Why is there a Princess of Deseret? That is odd. What did I want to do? I had a thought here. Oh, I still want to go on a hunt. I still haven't gone on this hunt. Go on a hunt. Go on a hunt. We're gonna get a hunt. Come on, 1st of September. Boom. We're going on a grand hunt. I'm gonna just raise up everybody and hope it's enough men to actually win this. Looks like it is. Alright, so I'm gonna try to do this myself. There's a chance. So there's a 65% chance that nothing happens. And it looks like nothing happened. I'm actually really awesome, by the way. Like, just looking at my... Dear King Snow Snowco, we are having some trouble with one of your petty nobles who is visiting Sacramento. His behavior is being unacceptable and would be quite an understatement. Oh, his behavior being unacceptable is quite an understatement. I would have you take some action. Alright, I'll take some responsibility and lose 100 prestige. It's fine. That is fine. We're still making a buttload of money. In fact, I haven't realized that I had so much money and I should be spending it. So let us begin by upgrading, yeah, our barracks first. And then, yeah, you can upgrade... Don't really want to build a shipyard. Need castle walls 2 here. And that I need improved keeps 2. So I don't have that technology, apparently. I do. Oh, not here. Sometimes I forget about how that actually works. So Velodrome will give me heavy infantry and pikemen. That's not bad. So what other holdings need things constructed? So but those both are castle shipyards. You are still in the midst of construction, but I'll upgrade your keep. And I will upgrade your castle town. And then I think I kept Zion up here. So let's get a barracks under construction. And there goes all our money. Cool. Not bad. Not bad at all. We can also go around finishing off a couple of these holdings in some of these other places, which we should do. Next time I have some more money, that's what I'll do. Los Angeles prospers. That's fantastic. Also, upgrading the hospital is probably pretty good, so I'm going to build a soup kitchen. I realize it's going to be really expensive, which means if we get a claim right now, we won't be able to push it. That's sucky, but whatever. I'm going to introduce the heir to the realm. I still have never figured out if like passing up on the learning one that always comes first is a good idea. So, like, I'm gonna do it, but I've never figured out if I should pass up on that or not. Alright, I guess that guy likes me. You've discovered papers which document a tenuous claim on the border county. Dispatch the messengers. Did I not already do that? Don't I already have a claim on this? Has sanctioned your claim on Ensenada. Your request has ruffled some feathers. Yeah, smooth things over diplomatically. That kid is a disaster. So I get a strong claim on Ensenada and a strong claim on Baco. We would really like to get a strong claim on Tulare, and then I can push for a strong claim on El Rosario. What? That was unexpected. This should help us out. Oh, sweet. Yeah, let's get him some martial. Somebody's upset with me. That's fine. I realize that the kingdom here is like just a super enticing place to attack, but can't do that. So yeah, getting a claim here would be awesome if we could get one. That would give us a great reason to go to war with these guys. Do you have any defensive pacts? You have non-aggression pact, and you're in a pact against these guys. Interesting. But otherwise, you don't have any packs going, and your total men is 6,000. That's a decent amount. That puts you right in the same ballpark as me. I mean, I'm at closer to 9, almost 10,000, but still. How much money do you have? I have 191. You have 430. That would be enough to buy a pretty decent holy order, or not holy order, defensive. There's words that I'm trying to say. This guy's still my vassal, right? Yeah, okay. A pretty good mercenary band. Alright, cool. So my son has been groomed. He is okay. It's not great, but he's okay. I could go to the Imperial Court, but I think I'm going to hold out on that a little bit because I would like my son to come of age, and he's closing in on that. Maybe going on another hunt would be fun. I love hunts. Hunts are like one of my favorite things in this game. We still have prisoners that I still want to sell. So I should do that. Raiders have arrived in the north from Sagana's host. They're not actually raiding, they're trying to burn stuff down. So, with that in mind... Oh my god, this is always such a hard decision because all of these are so good. So, I become stressed, he becomes diligent. Diligent is so good. It's fantastic. I mean, ambitious is really good. The main problem with ambitious is it's fairly easy to lose, I would say, and it's fairly easy to gain as an adult. So I can gain patience. I can give him patience, which is another fantastic trait. Both of these are really good. The main problem I have with stress is it gives me a permanent negative trait, where this gives me only a minor negative trait for 5 years. And then ambitious just gives him a permanently awesome trait. Oh, it's such a hard decision. God. I think I'm going to give him patience and hope I can gain ambition for him later on. Yeah, I think that's the right play for now. So you can become patient, right? That gives you +1 for everything, except for martial. And this gives you +2 to everything, but I think I can get you it later. Temperate's really good too, but I'm going to just pass on that for now. I can get a new commander. That was actually a really difficult decision for me. It's mainly the negative health modifier that I wanted to pass up on. You are this person. You want to marry me, my daughter, to some random person. That's just not happening. I have inherited Hidalgo, so I need to take care of that. I was going to raise up these guys' forces. Anybody here actually have like a real army? I know I have like a decently sized army here. How many men is this? 870. 132. Eventually I'll get like a real army. Why am I raising troops, you say? I'm doing it to crush these raiders who are trying to burn down that holding. You know what? Give me your 600 dudes. Cool. Now let's take care of this extra holding that I have. Find characters. Men. So yeah, just click this and it should auto reset everything. Congratulations, Oliver. I'm gonna give that to you just because you have a good trait. I don't know who this person is. So if I can't tell you who the person is, I have to deal with it. Oh, but we do need to end the episode, so I'm probably going to do that before I end. I do want to get rid of these guys. Wait, what happened to my retinue? This is my retinue right here. All right, whew, scared me. All right, so yeah, we're gonna end the episode here. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. On the next episode, we are going to crush these guys and then probably do some warring again. Get back onto the offensive bandwagon. But until then, I will see you all next time.